Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Layton Brothers Mystery Room. Thanks for tuning in. We are going all in. Final frontier, we are maybe going to attack probably the true mastermind, possibly. Anyways, I'm on her side. We'll ride and die with Lucy Baker. Let's go. All right, haven't had this much fun in ages. Let's see what you got, Baker. You say I killed Makepeace. Where's the proof?
Oh, you killed him. You found your way from the East Tower's roof to the West Tower's.
Excuse me.
And you shot Makepeace dead. What proves it is...
Okay, what evidence shows Justin is guilty? Oh, that's a very broad question. That's a very broad question to be asking me. Oh my god, it could literally be anything. It could, wait, okay, like, can I use that little surfboard? That little picture frame surfboard as a thing? Okay, impassable door, impassable stairs. Window that commands a fine view over the castle grounds. If you weren't paying attention, you could easily fall out of it. Like, did he shoot him through a window? I don't even remember which like tower that one was in. So that's so vague. Oh my god, literally any of these shows up. Which evidence shows that he's guilty? Like, is it is it this empty frame? If it is, I'm gonna laugh. Okay, good. It's not. That's good.
This is the irrefutable proof. We're not having it.
How does that prove what you're saying, Lucy? Oh, I dumped something off there, haven't I? What have I more fool me? I really am a killer. I really am. Think he's stuffed up somewhere, Baker.
Scratch that then. Let me have another go.
This would never fly in real life, but it always happens in games. It's like, oh, sorry, I messed up something really super important and I look stupid now. Just give me another chance. I can do that literally endlessly. I don't know. Like, I'm still not 100% sure. A photograph of a part of the castle. Like, is a photograph of like the secret entrance or something? Like, I don't know. Display case? Nothing actually on display. It looks somewhat pitiful. What shows that he's guilty? I don't know. I still haven't quite figured it out. Like, I have some vague ideas, but nothing really solid. I'm gonna just randomly tap some of the things I found. I'm not really sure what the purpose of it is. Oh, but I have to go through so much dialogue. For this. This is okay. I might need some time to sit on this because I don't have anything solid. I have like vague ideas floating around. I'm not even sure if I have to keep searching the place for like more evidence. Wow, they really made this challenge like the hardest one, because normally they kind of hold your hand and give you a lot of hints along the way, which honestly I'm kind of fine with. Like, I'm okay with being led around for some of them. I don't have to solve every single thing like every single time. So I'm cool with that, but at the same time, they're suddenly flinging me at the opposite end where they're definitely not leading me and there's way too much evidence, and you can even pick evidence that's not selected. So now it's like extreme hard mode all of a sudden. What evidence shows that he's guilty? It could literally be anything. Okay. I'll stay on the screen for a little bit, see if I can figure something out. So let me go ahead and just look at his statements. This will probably help at some point. So we decided to stick it together at first, okay, but I ran off, I guess, and I reached the rooftop of the East Tower. I spotted Al and Makepeace on top of the West Tower, okay? So I looked at them, they were fighting. Makepeace was clasping his side. That's where Al hit him with the first shot. Anyways, I shouted, "Don't shoot," at the top of my voice. Okay. The commissioner was in the castle grounds when I located Al and Makepeace. I shouted down to him. So I'm thinking maybe it might be Keelan's entry wound. Cause like they kind of do that sometimes where like when you shout something, it makes the person turn their head so that the entry wound of the bullet would be different. So maybe it's that. Where is Keelan's corpse? One to the head. It doesn't say where. So maybe that's not it. One to the head. Because if Keelan... Yeah, no, it's not specific enough, so maybe that's not it. That's about the best I've got so far, y'all. I I'm probably gonna need some time off screen because if not, you're just gonna watch me fumble around and silently mumble to myself for quite a while.
heck?
So
Are you
just give me a
serious?
moment. Holy cow, dude. So I'll do my best. I I'll do went
Oh,
back
my best. Let's
to look at the crime scene again because I was like, I feel like I'm missing something. And I went to the rooftop because I wanted to see the perspective. I can click the ivy. Did he climb up the? Wait, but so it's broken. A section of the ivy that grows all over the castle's exterior walls. Here it's been pulled away from the wall, and many of the branches are broken because somebody used it. Wait, seriously?
Wait, really?
Wait a minute.
Has the ivy been torn off the wall by someone, has it? Seems a bit unusual.
Oh my god, this is totally it. Wait. So, if it's all over the central tower and he was on the west tower, when he shouted, rather east, he was on the east tower. When he shouted from the east tower, did he was like, oh my god, don't shoot. And then he like jumped off of the opening right there on the east tower onto the vines, climbed across, and then jumped to the opening on the left side. Is that how he did that? Oh my, wait, really?
Might be worth knowing that.
The way, okay, wait, can I indicate with my finger? Yes. So did he jump from here and then start monkey climbing his way across? Oops, sorry, she's gonna say something. Okay. And then end up over here? Is that how? Serious? Okay, I never ever would. I was just wildly tapping. I was like tapping like this, and I went like that. I'm like, wait, what? Oh my, what the okay. That might be it, because I couldn't find too much else. Like, maybe I just need to search again, but like, that might be it. I'll try it, I guess. I tried like a bunch of other stuff and it didn't work. So that was great. I was so lost. I'm like, I must be missing something. Like, I must be. Wait, oh. So do I have to go through all this again? In other words, couldn't have been me. What's the freaking proof? If there's some way that this could happen, don't worry, hook, line, sinker. I looked really cool and then I screwed up. Don't even worry about that. Everybody pretend I didn't mess up and go back to the crime scene investigation. Everybody pretend I didn't just walk away from the very heated conversation and then go search the place again. Don't even acknowledge that even happened, okay? Or else I will kill you and then we'll have a new case on our hands. Oh my god, what?
These broken creepers prove it.
Creepers? Creeper! In the club, shaman. Oh man. I don't even know the meme. I just saw it sometimes. Anyways. Simplicity itself. Who would have thought it?
Potty Prof!
What are you trying to say, Oh my god, they're fighting! They're fighting! They're fighting! They're fighting for control! We're not in the right place here to answer that question.
Hey, what happened to Potty Prof?
Would you all accompany me to the West Tower rooftop? So why would this calm, meek version be trying to sabotage himself? I wonder why. That's interesting. I wonder why he would do that. Because, I don't know, he blames himself, so he created a self-destructive I don't know. That's strange. Why? So he's just that much more like charismatic and crafty? I don't know, man. What exactly was the point of dragging all of us all the way up here again? Oh, he's back. Hello, welcome back. Oh, come now, Justin. Why the feeble pretense? You know exactly what the point is. Climb it. Climb it now. Go risk your life. Climb it right now like the monkey that you are.
Back to the potty? I can't keep up.
Obviously, the ivy itself isn't important. What is important is the total amount of broken ivy, the thickness, the weather, where the ivy was growing, I guess. Oopsie. Where the ivy was growing, because it was like perfectly across. We can monkey bars across. Okay.
What's important is where the ivy were growing on the castle walls.
Yes, the ivy that's been broken is on the outer wall of the central tower's topmost floor. Have a look. Have a look. I can kind of see it. It's really subtle. You have to look super. It's well, at least for me on this tiny phone screen, it's really subtle. All right.
Hilda, can you see that small ledge along the wall underneath where the broken ivy is?
Underneath? Like the white part? It doesn't even look like a ledge that's sticking out, honestly. It looks more like a decoration that's just inlined with the, like, flush with the wall. Flush? Flush with the wall. Is that the word? Whatever the hell. Okay. Yes, I can see it. What of it?
Well, don't you think that you could get a foothold on a ledge like that?
Yeah, these are things I would never have concluded myself. Look, what? You can't be serious. The rooftops of the west and east towers are at almost the same level as the top floor of the central tower. Oh, yeah, look at that. Even in this illustration from like a side view, sure, there's a bit of a foothold, but it's like tiny. It's like tiny. Even from this angle, it like hardly protrudes. Okay, sure. Suspension of disbelief. I'm going.
Oh, and there's not much distance between them either. A little jump and you'd be on the ledge. All you'd have to do is shuffle along the ledge towards the west tower and jump off at the other end.
So then he climbed across and then he climbed back even though he already broke the ivy. That's really scary, isn't it?
You'd be on the roof of the west tower in a jiffy.
But you couldn't, put a single foot wrong and you'd plummet to your death.
Aye, just the sort of antics you'd expect from a daredevil like Justin. Not that I know much about him, I'm just sort of making assumptions, honestly, but...
Oh yes, Justin's all brawn. If anyone has the required mental capacity for such a trick, it's him. This is all very compelling, but it's the first I've heard of this circus act way to move between the towers, huh? Do you actually have any evidence to show this what I did? Of course I do. You are the evidence, Justin. Your body is proof. That looks like the expression of the other personality. What? How? Where on my body? All over? Wait, what? Where on Justin's body is the evidence that he's capable of such a feat? Like his giant monkey arms? His giant buff arms? Or what do you mean all over? What does that mean? Wait, hold on, let me look at him. What is that? His nose? The fact that his nose is red because he's allergic to ivy and his face brushed against it? Like what? Literally what? I'm gonna say arms and then head and then all over. And then all of those are gonna be wrong and it's gonna be the very last option I choose. You guys ready? You guys ready? What? It's probably wrong. It's probably wrong. Okay, make a joke like that and you'll end up like Makepeace with a bullet through your head. That's not funny. I don't know if I could be friends with the real you. I don't know if I could be friends with the real you threatening to kill me. Don't do that. It's not funny.
By head, bro, blowing stuff like that out won't do you any favors.
Sorry, do we have a problem? Yeah, we have a problem. You want me to shove you off the roof right now? I will do it. We're trying to prove your innocence, but I will shove you off the roof right now.
Keep your crazy hair on, Prof. I'll see if I can't get it right this time.
His face? His fact that his nose, the tip of his nose is red? It seems like such a stupid point. If this actually is relevant, I'm gonna cry. Okay, good. All over? I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna, watch you guys. It's gonna be the very last option. I don't understand. I don't know. His feet? He's got giant feet to better to hook onto ledges with. I don't understand. What do you want from me? What? What do you mean all over?
I'll tell you where, Justin. All over, that's where.
What? The ivy on your hands, the dust and lichen, I think that's how it's pronounced. Lichen from the ledge and wool on your feet and jacket. From 4 years ago? How are we gonna prove that now, guys? How are we gonna prove that right now? Every part of your body that came into contact with the ivy and the wall will give your crime away. Okay, therefore...
Aye, it might not be visible with the naked eye, but I'd be willing to bet forensics will turn some it up.
That was 4 years ago? Though? Oh, I don't think 4 years ago you touched some ivy with your body. I don't think you retained that 4 years later. Huh? What? I bet you were pleased with yourself when you thought to use the Oh! Use the self-same trick to kill Diane as her father. Oh! I completely forgot about Diane. Oops. I was so concentrated on the case from 4 years ago. I see. So he would have it now because he just did that just now to pull off the same trick. Okay, all right, game, you got me. I'm sorry. Look, I'm so enraptured in trying to voice the characters, feel the emotions. Sometimes I miss some details. Don't blame me, y'all. Okay, got it. But you've dug your own grave this time, Justin. R.I.P. R.I.P. Rip. So, it's over at last, is it? So he's not giving in. That's a fake out. He's not giving in. I seemed a bit too easy.
Justin, just think if you hadn't killed Diane, nobody would be any the wiser.
It was a risk to use the same trick to kill that girl. A big risk. He's just giving in? Like, he's just gracefully giving in? I was well aware of that. Then, Why did you do it? I feel like nobody's reacting as appropriately as they should be after this confession all of a sudden. I couldn't take it anymore.
Take what?
The constant feeling that I might be found out at any moment. It's been 4 long years. And these last few months have been the worst. He's just talking normally. He's not acting like a crazy guy who orchestrated all this and just got caught. He's just like, all right, jig's up, I'm tired, yep, I did it, you found me. Like, this seems really a little too chill. I thought that everyone I knew about what happened was out of the picture. But then when you showed up, Baker, for some reason, the old Al started to resurface again. That's why he asked us if the weird personality popped up that we should tell him right away. Okay. But to make matters worse, Makepeace's daughter made an appearance as well. Couldn't be sure what her father had told her. I needed to be assured of her silence, by whatever means necessary. So you see, fear got the better of me. That's why the Makepeace girl had to be killed. It all started to go wrong that fateful day 4 years ago. You weren't supposed to make it, Al. I should have finished you off. I should have made sure. Don't flatter yourself. You couldn't shoot me. You know you couldn't. What? Let me spell it out for you. You knew I wasn't quite dead when Makepeace shot me that day, but you chose to turn a blind eye. Is that true? Diane's murder was the same. Left to her own devices, she would have almost certainly have shot me in the head. But you killed her first, Justin. You killed her to save me. Yes, technically, of course, you are a killer, but your victims are pure evil. So we'll just leave it at that, shall we? All's forgiven! What I fail to understand, though, is why you got involved with that criminal and his affairs in the first place. Because... No, forget it. That counts as a never mind. Stop, you guys, stop. Just, you're already spilling all the beans. Just tell me. Let's just say some bad people were getting a bit too powerful. Is there some other overarching theme that we're not even gonna get to see or something that you're alluding to?
Give over, Justin, it's not going to wash!
Seriously, we got respected, like we got to have our turn and speak out for ourselves. Finally give us our turn of freaking squeezing the info out of you, okay? That's all I have to say on the matter. Now throw me in a cell before I change my mind.
Would you like me to, Prof?
No, it's all right. Thank you, Lucy. Justin Lawson, I'm arresting you for 2 counts of murder. Anything you say can and will be. What? Wait, okay, that didn't feel as satisfying. 'Cause, like, the case resulted in the reopening of all the jigsaw puzzle cases from 4 years earlier. Okay. The outcome were shocking. Of the 26 cases that had been ascribed to Keelan Makepeace, 11 of them turned out to be nothing to do with him. Wow. If it were Justin who had placed puzzle pieces at the scene of those 11 incidents, so they'd be lumped in with the jigsaw puzzle killings. It were the biggest scandal in the Met's history, and the press had a field day with it. But not once did Justin explain his motives. Are we never gonna find out? That brings us to today, where we're gonna beat the living daylights out of him. The prof managed to wrangle a meeting with Justin somehow. Ooh, is it wangle? I've only heard wrangle before. He's due back any minute now. Is something crazy about to happen? Wait, what is it? What is it? Okay. Come on. Don't you never mind to forget it me. Don't do that. I'm not gonna let that go.
Prof, how'd it go with Justin?
Oh, we don't even get to see the interview? Terrible, awful, disastrous!
Huh?
If they ever let him out, I'll kill him with my bare hands!
Whatever happened?
Never mind, nothing important, there it is. Frick it, stop that. I swear to God, I will slap all of you upside the head. I asked him how my split personality came about.
Ooh, spill the beans, this I've got to hear.
This isn't an exciting piece of gossip, Lucy. This is a delicate situation. It caused true, real psychological drama that caused this to happen, okay? Just look at this book. What is this? Brainwash. I can't read the rest. Is it a comic book? What is this?
Brainwashing? What are you doing with a dodgy-looking book like that?
Are you saying that brainwashing exists in this universe and that's what they used against him? After I was shot and fell into a coma, Justin sat at my bedside reading this to me in an effort to shut me up. Wait, are you serious? I don't know how to feel about this. This seems kind of like silly and like undermining what could bring about an actual alter in your system. Wait, I'm sorry, what? Okay.
Huh? He never did!
And the result was that pathetic other side of me being born. So, you're telling me you can just I don't even know if it necessarily has to happen after a traumatic event. You're telling me you could just read someone a bedside story while they're laying in a coma / hospital / recovering state, and you can make them develop a split personality? That's what this is trying to tell me, right? Like, is there more to this? Like, wait, I'm sorry, what? What?
That's amazing! I can't believe it was such a success.
What? A success? Granted, I was very nearly dead. My mental faculties were severely impeded. He had the perfect conditions to brainwash me. Okay, so you're saying he freaking pulled out brainwashing for dummies and just slapped him over the head with it, and that was it? Wait, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, if they didn't have a book and they said like, oh, he used like secret, dark interrogation techniques that involve brainwashing that you're not supposed to use. Like, if it's some like bullcrap like that, like, I'll buy it. I'll buy that. I'd buy that. But you pull out this like silly looking comic book that literally says brainwash on the cover. Y'all, I'm exasperated. I'm flabbergasted right now. But with this cheap and nasty book.
Oh, it does look pretty naff, doesn't it?
I hate myself. Like it would have made of a trashy schoolboy guide to mind games. No, it can't be. Stupid book! It couldn't unhinge me. I'm a great mind, a thinker. I do the ×1.
No, it can't be. You're right.
It better not be. I'm gonna be real pissed.
Sounds like a new mystery to me, Prof.
One that they're probably not gonna solve in the game itself, and you're just gonna have to pretend to imagine how it goes. Is that how this is gonna be?
Aye, a new mystery. And if there's a mystery to solve, let's leave it to the mystery room.
And roll credits, yeah?
We're gonna find the truth in the mystery room. Roll credits, yeah? We can't just leave it be.
What are you talking about, Lucy?
We've got to investigate, Prof, to find the great secret behind Placid, Prof.
That's a funny name for him, okay? Don't mock me, Lucy. No one could hope to understand all the inner workings of the mind.
Don't be so sure. Between the three of us, Potty Prof, Placid Prof, and me, there's nothing we can't solve.
But I have a mountain of paperwork stacking up. I really can't.
All that can wait. Come on. It's a cracking day out there. Perfect weather for solving mysteries.
I have a feeling the game's about to end here. We're past the end of the episode, but I have a feeling this is the end. So I'm letting this run. Yeah, this looks like the end. Okay, so he's back in his regular coat. And we're out on the street. It's very colorful, beautiful illustration. Very cute. I have a lot of feelings right now, but it's very, very cute. It's super cute. Roll credits? That sounds like roll credits. I'll wait and see before I... Oh! Wait, oh my god. So is this like one of those cliffhanger things where it's like, oh, there's gonna be more to solve, more inner, deeper workings that goes higher up than you think, but you're gonna find out in the next installment that doesn't exist? Is that gonna be one of those? I'm gonna be really pissed. I'm gonna be really pissed. Okay. I'll explode in a second. Yes, that's what happened. It's shaken all of us, but at least there's no need to worry about him anymore. Yes, well, there are still a number of unanswered questions. Quite. We could certainly use your investigative talents when the time comes. Is he talking to Professor Layton? Okay. So, why? He's reporting back to Herschel, Professor Layton, about Alfendi. And Professor Layton doesn't want to check on him because he's a neglectful father as always, I guess. What the heck? It'll be like old times, Herschel. Is Professor Layton supposed to be like much older in this universe? Have we seen a bit of the Commissioner, but younger, or like at a different point in the main franchise? Okay! We're at the credits! Okay! We beat Professor Layton Professor Layton. I'm sorry, I'm so boggled up right now. Layton Brothers Mystery Room. That was Layton Brothers Mystery Room. Oh my god, we're seeing them all in jail. We're seeing them in jail. That's really funny. Oh my god, I love it. Okay. I have a lot of thoughts right now. Okay, I'll just start spilling them. Let me take a brief look at these little credits pictures. Very cute. Okay, let me just start spilling my thoughts. So, let's do very broad overall. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I really had a good time. I'll take a closer look at these probably when I'm editing because I just want to talk right now. I really enjoyed the experience overall. I don't regret playing it. I really liked it. I always crave more like, you know, Professor Layton and Ace Attorney, similar stuff to that. So I really enjoyed this. I expressed multiple times that I was caught by surprise by how much more adult it was, but I liked that. I thought it was cool. I thought, you know, it allowed for things to get a little bit darker and be a bit more mature. And, you know, I appreciated that. I think it's fine to have a nice different twist. I didn't super like it was just kind of like a experience you sort of breeze through, but I didn't super enjoy the like very condensed quests. My continued reasoning that I brought up multiple times is that because it's like a shorter franchise, it's a spin-off, it's a one-off, it's a small title. Like, you know, again, I feel like maybe they just wanted to condense the experience in some way, but I feel like maybe I guess if they did all the quests like at the scene as long as like the final couple cases were, then the game might have gone on for too long. If that's the case though, I would have been fine with them cutting down the number of cases and just like kind of expanding the other ones to be more full. I would have been more happy with that rather than like a bunch of small sliced up little things, but I guess that's okay. Cause like, we had, you know, I guess like a lot of, maybe Ace Attorney and Professor Layton, I don't know, maybe do similar things where the first couple cases are kind of self-contained, but the rest start interweaving and becoming this whole huge overarching thing that bleeds into the later cases. So maybe it's like similar in that way. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I really would have wanted like a more full experience with some of the earlier cases. Yeah, I wish they were less self-contained. It was a nice surprise that Atista, in an early case, who was left open-ended, ended up being, you know, so closely tied in the overall scheme, overall story. So, you know, I like that they started tying it together from there at least. The investigations, the difficulty kind of ranged a lot. I feel like sometimes I was just really baffled, and maybe it's because I'm so focused on let's playing the game, voicing the characters, that maybe I just missed some details, you know. And it's maybe if I had just sat down and quietly played in a corner by myself, maybe I would have been able to grasp some things easier. But I do feel like sometimes I was just really stumped and I didn't want to spend too much time on it. So the game was fairly lenient for the most part, except for the final section. The game was fairly lenient. Like there wouldn't really be consequences. You could just keep pointing out new things over and over again. And they would help you along the way. They would give you hints. I didn't mind that. Normally, like, I don't want too much of a helping hand from the game itself, because I feel like, for example, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright made certain segments, especially the court segments, like, way too easy. And they led you by the nose a little too much, and the characters at the ends of each witness segment would, like, give you too many hints, and it made it a little too easy. I kind of didn't mind it here that I was being led along. Maybe again because the cases were so self-contained and condensed and like really small, very short. So it didn't feel like super impactful. Like I didn't feel like I had to be aware of like every single little piece that was happening. So it was like okay to me. I don't know if any of this makes sense. I'm literally just spilling, like everything's just dumping out of my brain right now. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Let me see where this goes afterwards and see what happens. Mystery Makers. What is that? So Mystery Makers? What is this? Give me a quick... Oh, it goes to the... Mystery Makers, the people who made the mysteries. The people who made the mysteries. Okay, I guess that's it, yeah? I guess that's it. Let's go to the title screen and I'm just gonna blab. I'm just gonna blab for a while, so complete. Great, let's just chill on the title screen. Okay, so, oh my God, I probably won't be able to get through everything I'm thinking of, but excuse me, I have air inside me. Okay, so... yeah, I definitely, you know, I think it's obvious. I would say my favorite cases were definitely the ones that were like huge, expanded upon, really weaved together. They don't always have to. You know, self-contained cases are fine. Like little one-offs are fine to kind of get your feet wet, sort of be separate stories. And when they have like a huge impending arc later on, like that, you know, it makes sense. That's cool. But I mean, yeah, I can't help but have been super entranced by the time we actually got to be in the field. Those were my favorite. You got to affect things. You got to see developments. You got to have people kind of be sneaky and do some things, you know, and affect you live, you know. So of course it's more interesting that way. So like from like going outside to where Atista/Diane was hiding in the house on, it was very exciting. I was like super hooked, and you know, yeah, I got to do like fun escape room type stuff, which that's kind of like what I would have expected. Well, no, from the beginning, no, that's not quite the case. That's not quite the case, because you're investigating. You're not normally being trapped somewhere and trying to escape. I don't know. Anyways, I like escape room elements. I thought there might have been more than that. So anyways, I'm glad they included that. That was really fun. Yeah, so all my questions about like the professor's I shouldn't be calling him the professor. Alfendi's like identity and how he was before, they weren't ever really answered. I'm going to assume he was always like that. To that extreme severity, that he was always like that intense about killers, always that rude to people. I do feel like, okay, like it could be a fun thing to have like, you know, a potty-mouthed, super rude person. Like it can be fun to have that. I feel like though he appeals less to me if he was always that extreme, because he can be really, really harsh sometimes. Like, and again, like really creepy and like really diving too far into empathizing with criminals and too far into like trying to twist them and cause them to sort of like crumble under him. And like, again, I can see how all those elements could be very appealing as a character, very fun, very interesting, very different and unique as a character. But I just feel like, you know, I don't know. It's just me personally. I have trouble really relating to or becoming more compassionate towards characters that are just kind of, you know, evil-ish assholes. And like, yeah, he's got a good side to him. Obviously, he's not completely terrible, but I'm just wondering if that was always the case. That was such a good twist. I think that was the best part of it for me. No, like, I don't know. Maybe that's an exaggeration to say. I liked a lot of it, but like, that was kind of the best reveal. It was such a good twist. Again, I don't know how that makes me feel about the current professor. I mean, the real professor, whatever. But that was interesting. So like, why? So the end is where it started crumbling for me, right at the very end. All those complaints and questions I was bringing up at the very end, it kind of made the ending a bit more bitter for me. So like, yeah, you know, they're gonna be like, oh my god, we're gonna go solve the mystery of how you really got your alternate personality, but we're not gonna tell you or really imply, neither confirm or deny whether it was really just a stupid book being read to you at bedtime. Like, I don't know if that was supposed to be like a way to lighten it, like a hearty gag, or like, I don't know. I didn't like that. I feel like that really, 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 really diminished the impact of his identity issues, you know? Because again, it was such a good reveal to show that like the one we thought wasn't, you know, it was the reverse the whole time. Like, that's such a good reveal. I feel like that like undercuts it so much. I'm not sure if that's just me. So I don't like that reveal. And then like Justin, his wrap up was like too quick. We don't always have to see a villain breaking down and having their like end monologue or whatever, explaining their like motives and like all that stuff. We don't always have to see that, but I guess that would make it more satisfying, because sure, he resisted and got kind of heated sometimes, but as soon as we pointed out the ivy and all that stuff, he was just like, okay, you got me. That's cool. Yeah, I did it. I'm real tired, guys. So like, arrest me, I guess. It just made it so like unsatisfying, because we went through so much, and there was that like last like fairly difficult segment of trying to figure out the secret passageway. Like I mentioned at the time where it popped up, it was a huge challenge all of a sudden, because there's all these things that you don't get like no marker indications. You have to search through a lot of different things on like 5 different floors. It was crazy what they were suddenly demanding of you when they were kind of hand holding you for most of the rest of the game. So it was quite a big challenge. So to overcome it is pretty amazing. It's a good feeling. So it's so like underwhelming that it just ended in like oh, you got me. Okay, bye. So yeah. I don't know. and I kind of wanted to hear a tiny bit more about Hilda and the professor. Implied relationship, implied romance. I guess, it's fine. You could just leave it at that, but like Hilda seemed like a pretty interesting character. Like they tried to make her look like the bad guy for a little bit and throw you off track. I fell for it. I was just kind of going along with whatever the game was giving to me, unless sometimes I made like wild theories off track and be like, I don't trust this. This is a fake out. Anyways. And she started siding with us, and I felt powerful. I felt like we got a nice ally, when she was trying to console us, and when she gave us that reveal, like, it kind of made me like her more. So I would have wanted to hear more about that, but she was just kind of there, and then she yelled at Al, and then she yelled at us, and then she's like, okay, bye, and then that was it for that too. So I would have liked to hear more about their relationship with each other, because it was implied that, well, at least she liked him, but we don't know if it was the reverse. Like, I guess it was one of those typical, like, oh, they fight all the time, but it's like school children. When they fight, that means they like each other. Maybe it's something very juvenile like that. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I have way more thoughts, but I don't know. Lucy was great. Lucy was great. I loved her. Yeah, I did think that, like, they want to make, like, a typical, like, good protagonist. Always looks on the bright side. Always wants to see the good in people. But yeah, I hope, I'm not sure entirely if she really truly developed and came full circle by the end of, like, not always seeing the good in people, because I guess technically she still kept that. She held true to that, where, like, Alfendi seemed like the guilty one for the whole time, but she still kept up with that and believed in him. And, like, a lot of games and shows and, like, shonen protagonists, it ends up working out for them that they always believe in people when it's so clearly that you should doubt them. But, I still feel like she should have been less empathetic and doubtful and more doubtful in some situations. I do feel like it kind of would have made it work, and that, like, maybe some of, Alfendi's, like, cynicism and, like, analyticalness or whatever maybe rubbed off on her, and maybe she in exchange, like, kind of gave him some form of, like, optimism and, like, maybe peppiness. I feel like that would have been kind of satisfying, you know what I mean? Like, that they kind of developed in different ways that they're used to. So, like, I liked her. I love Genki girls. I love, like, super pumped up protagonists, female protagonists, flip that around, female protagonists that, take a stand and they fight against, like, injustice. I'm all for that. And she was so fun to voice. I loved voicing everyone in this game. All their accents, like, I love the diversity in the ethnicities. Again, some of them might be, like, super stereotypical, but I feel like they handled it in a way where it's just fun. They don't mean any harm, and it was fun to voice. It was really fun to voice. Yeah, so I like her. But again, I feel like she could have developed in a different way, more than just being like, I believe in the good of every single person, even if they do some messed up crap. Like, everybody has done some messed up crap. The professor himself has done some messed up crap. Even if he was proved to not have killed the person, he kind of sucks. He's really mean. He says really nasty insults to people all the time. They just take it as like, oh, you're being funny, I'm gonna forgive you and let that roll off my back for some reason, because I guess you're the main character. Like, I don't know. Okay, I should stop blabbing, because I'm literally just spewing random stuff right now, and you'll never hear the end of it if I don't stop. Overall, liked this game. Think it could have reworked some of the ways it approached the structure of its cases, as well as the development of some of the characters. Was very unsatisfied with some things at the very, very, very end. Overall, really loved it. The final cases were obviously a highlight for me. The reveal of the personality being different was a super huge highlight for me. I love the music, the freaking music. I love jazz so much. So this was just such a delight. I loved voicing everything, and I enjoyed the ride. I think that's everything. I'm gonna stop, y'all. I will never stop if I don't stop now. So thank you all so much for, first of all, sitting through all my rambling just now, if you made it here and heard this. But thank you so much for coming along the ride, watching this whole journey through. It seemed like a lot of you were really enjoying this, and I was as well. I'm very, very happy I came back to play this. I'm revisiting this from, like, whenever it first came out. I think I played maybe like a tiny bit of the first case, never came back to it. So I'm very glad to have come back to this and gotten to experience it in full. So join me next time for a brand new adventure, and let this one sit in your brain. Just kind of, settle yourself in it for a little bit. Drink it all in. I'll see you next time. This is Axis, over and out.